Hey, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now, the title might seem a little strange, and for a lot of you this may seem like a no-brainer question, but the topic at hand is, am I truly a fan of Ninjago? The TV show about the plastic ninjas that fight the plastic bad guys, and then explosions happen and people die, but then they come back and stuff happens, and yeah, I'd say I'm a fan of that. Of course, if you've been following the channel for a while, you would know this, and if you've seen a video of mine, you would know this, and if you've seen pretty much anything that I've done, you would probably know this. However, believe it or not, some people still doubt it, and why would that be, you may ask? Well, it's for a variety of reasons. For one, there's a few, I guess, false accusations going around the community personally about myself, and this video is pretty much just going to be, I don't want to say like clearing that up, but sort of just addressing them and sort of just giving my own thoughts on them, because I do feel like some of them do need to be addressed, and at this point I think it's reached that amount where you really can't, I guess, ignore it, which is what I've been doing quite successfully, if I do say so myself. But yeah, the main thing that I've seen is that I'm a quote-unquote fake Ninjago fan, or I'm just jumping on the bandwagon, which, first of all, what bandwagon? Ninjago has not been relevant in years. If you ask somebody today what Ninjago is, 9 times out of 10, someone's going to say, oh, gee, I don't know, is that just like a new type of Frappuccino or something? You do see where I'm going with this, right? Ninjago is not mainstream, nor was it really ever. When Ninjago first came out in 2011, which, by the way, is when I first got into the series, so I'm kind of an OG. When Ninjago first came out, I guess it was popular. I mean, to this day, it's still one of the most popular LEGO themes out there, but anyone outside of the LEGO group pretty much just won't know what it is unless they have perhaps a little brother or sister, perhaps a grandchild. You know, your common person isn't going to know what Ninjago is. It's nowhere near the same level as, say, something like the Avengers or Pokemon. You know, it's not that point where everybody knows what that is. And I'm aware that there are a few people that do not know what Pokemon is, which I'm quite surprised, honestly. But you get the point, right? Ninjago isn't something that you can just simply bandwagon off of or pretend to be a fan of, because it really doesn't make any sense. And why would I pretend to be a fan of Ninjago? Well, apparently for the clicks and the money, which, let's talk about that real quick. So if you guys don't know how YouTube monetization works, basically it's a process in which you can apply for it. You have to be a certain age to do this, legally of course, and I waited until I was 18. I turned 18 about 11 months ago, and I was able to successfully monetize my YouTube channel. So terrific, I'm making money off my videos. Now here's the catch for that. If I'm specifically only doing Ninjago just for the money and the clicks, why was I making Ninjago videos 11 months prior to my monetization? So if you guys don't know, I started Ninjago, or at least my current format of Ninjago videos, way back in January of 2017. So pretty much almost 2 years ago. That's when I started, and when I started, I could not monetize my videos legally. Of course, some people do monetize their videos under the age of 18. I'm not going to comment on that. I'm just saying I wanted to basically follow the guidelines, so I waited. So for those 11 months of me making Ninjago videos as a content creator in this community, I was not monetized. You can see that on screen right now. My monetization did not start until November of 2017 when I officially turned 18 years old. So right away there, you can kind of see a little bit of a problem. Some people like to say that I'm only doing Ninjago for money, which, by the way, the money isn't really that great. If you guys don't know how much I'm making on YouTube, I'm not going to say specifically, but it's certainly not enough to live off of, and it's certainly nowhere near the amount that a bunch of people, I guess, think that I make. I mean, I'm not Tony Stark over here just raking in the money left and right. I'm a guy sitting in his car making videos about plastic Lego ninjas. What do you want from me? Essentially, the money is not good here. It's pretty much the same as a job, so, you know, just a regular job. I'm in college right now, so obviously, you know, getting a real job, as they would say, is kind of unnecessary considering I already have a job making YouTube videos. The problem is, you know, people like to say that I'm only doing it for money, which the money's not even that good, so why would I be doing that? Also, if they claim that I'm only doing Ninjago to jump on the bandwagon and to make money from it, you have to take into account the 11 months of me not being monetized but still making the same type of Ninjago content that I am now, and the initial 4 years that I started doing Lego content back when nobody knew who I was and I maybe had about 200 subs. Which I was doing that for 4 years. Yeah, I was sitting there in my room reviewing Lego sets, Ninjago, Bionicle, Hero Factory, whatever. I even started reviewing Funko Pops and Transformers at one point. And still, I did that for 4 years without any growth. So I think it's a little bit more than just jumping on a bandwagon. I think it's more of commitment, which again, I've stated before, I'm committed to this line until it dies. So if you want me out of the community, then I'm sorry, but you're going to have to wait until Ninjago's done, which let's talk about that real quick. Another reason that people say I dislike or hate Ninjago is because I want it to end. Now let me reiterate this right here. I don't want the series to end, I just want it to end well, and I want it to end before it gets repetitive, boring, or stale. And let me explain what I mean by that. So Ninjago's been going on for 8 years at this point. We know the drill. It's ninjas fight bad guys, something happens, bad guys go away, possibly come back. It's basically the same thing every time. And I'm not really a big fan of that, honestly. I like the show and I'll still go ahead and purchase the sets occasionally, but yeah, the show needs to have a solid conclusion before Lego just cuts it off entirely, and we end up with basically what Bionicle Generation 1 was, where there was no ending and it was just rushed out of shelves, strictly because of the unpopularity of the brand near its final years. And I really don't want to see that happen to Ninjago, and I've said this multiple times, but of course people choose to ignore that. And why do they choose to ignore that? Because they have another narrative going for them, and they have their own agenda. So yeah, a lot of people say that I don't like Ninjago, or that I've said that I hate Ninjago, which I don't remember ever saying that. Of course, if it was said, obviously it's in a joking sense, which a lot of people don't know when other people are joking on the internet, and a lot of people like to take things out of context, or take things in ways that the initial poster didn't really intend them to be taken. You know the drill, it's the internet. Welcome to 2018. But another thing that I wanted to address is the matter of my Lego room. So you guys have seen my room tours. If you haven't, I highly suggest you watch them, because I do have an entire room back at my house dedicated to Ninjago. So if I'm not a fan of Ninjago, why would I create the room? And for a response to that, people have said, oh, but you've taken apart your room. The thing is, I have 2 rooms, right? I have my main bedroom back at my house, and then I have my sort of Lego Ninjago room that I basically put all my Lego stuff in. So you really can't make that argument. And I'm actually not living at home right now. I'm living in a college dorm, but I still transport some of that stuff over here. I have a little Lloyd and Master Wu on my desk, among many other things that I enjoy, strictly because it's something that I enjoy. So again, you really can't make that argument. So essentially, to summarize this video up, this was just me addressing some of the complaints that I've heard about the fact that, oh, I don't like Ninjago, or I'm only doing Ninjago for the money, which couldn't be farther from the truth. And if you guys actually watch my videos and watch what I post and whatnot, you would know this. Unfortunately, many other people think otherwise, which is kind of ignorant in my opinion, as well as, you know, basically false logic. I mean, look at everything that I've presented in this video. You really can't argue against that. And if you do, it's kind of ridiculous. Of course, after these claims were made, I proceeded to buy more Ninjago sets, and people were genuinely curious why I would buy Ninjago sets if I don't like the series. Which, I don't know, think about it. Why would I buy Ninjago sets if I don't like the series? It's almost like I like the series. Wow, that's something, isn't it? So yeah, bottom line of this video, just summarizing a few points that I've heard. Again, we didn't name any names in this video because that's not what it's about. It's just about the context, which again, context is important. Do you remember that? And that'll pretty much do it, I think. I honestly feel like Max, when Pokemon Go came out, and everyone was telling him that he was jumping on a bandwagon for making Pokemon videos, except in the Ninjago community it doesn't make sense, because again, Ninjago has not been relevant and is not relevant today, obviously. But yeah, I mean, Ninjago is as obscure as you can get, so I really don't see how that works, but I've already touched on that, and the video is already getting kind of long, so I think we're going to end it off here. So thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed, as always, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up rating, as well as hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already. Again, as I've stated a few times before in other videos, Ninjago channels are dying, and we need all the help we can get, because Ninjago is not popular. anymore. Of course, the comment section, again, is yours for the various discussions you want to have regarding this topic. I know the comment section will probably be pretty busy this time around, so feel free to go at it, and I'll try to reply to a few comments if I can. Otherwise, I'll just leave them there and let you guys squabble amongst yourselves. So with that being said, guys, thanks a lot for watching once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.